let's fight one or two more battles up here. With the new souls I have, I feel comfortable venturing out for some treasure chests. I got one treasure chest already in the southern part of this cave. I should probably consider changing Fred's soul. He is flimsy. Does a lot of damage, but no defense. That might be fixable with equipment. I got a new skill on this lunge. It is my strongest attack, but it has minus accuracy. So I'll try it out, but quite unreliable. So for the time being, I'm not sure if it's actually better than the tier 2 skills, which have normal accuracy and all have added effects. Certainly not best against the goblins because they resist weapon damage. New skill with Blossom. What is it? Oh, it's Spin Cut. This is great. This is my first area attack. It's only tier 1, but that's plenty. That's plenty of tiers. I can only have 4 skills at a time right now, but as I level up I can get more skills. I think I get 2 skills plus the square root of my level. So I must not be level 9 yet. And that's my actual level from experience points, not the level of my soul, unfortunately. That's one of the few things in this game that level actually does affect. Sadly, I think I have to get rid of either slow, which I know I cannot get rid of. I just know that from playing the game before. In the old version, you have to have these debuffs to survive against the mini-bosses. Or heal, and I don't want to get rid of heal either. So I guess I can't have all 3 attacks. I have to get rid of one of these single target attacks. I don't want 2 weapon attacks, so I guess I'll have to get rid of lunge. Sad, because I just learned lunge. It's technically my strongest skill, but I don't want 2 weapon attacks. I want to be able to damage the goblins. Ooh, a new weapon. I guess that's a weapon. Yeah. Improves defense a little also. That's nice. Improves magic a little also. It's unusual. It might be a good thing to give to my mage then. It doesn't improve magic as much as the magic weapon now. Okay, so let's give it to you. Yeah. I'm actually gonna... I meant to do this before. I think I did it and then I died. So the save was lost. But yeah, the healer should have the wristband because it improves willpower. It'll also make Fred survive a little better. Let's use this. Burn everything. They're all resistant to... Oh, you can attack everything now. Oh, sweet. That's so useful when it's the other half. See, it only does about half as much damage as the Aerial, but it's plenty of damage. Okay, who's this? This is the last. This is my healer. So, do I want sleep or confuse is my ailment? I definitely want sleep. Because the enemies, even if they're confused, sometimes they'll still hit me instead of each other. And sleep means they'll never hit me and they take extra damage. So, I mean, I could pick confuse because hurting themselves is better than just sitting there, but I think I'd rather be able to control when I hurt them by attacking the enemies that are asleep and having them just sort of randomly do it. There's that exclamation point again. I think it was stun. I think it said stun down there in the status at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. I can't ever remember how much poison does, because I guess it's based on their willpower, just like it is for me. So it can be hard to predict whether you're going to die of poison or not. Kobold has a ton of HP, which I really like. How do I get out of here? Over there. Deep Fry will actually be useful here, and you can use your revive with it. It won't be useful if all of the ones ward it that don't resist it. Gosh. You should be running because you're the fastest person. Nine HP. They both give us some character. Made them both the same character. That was dumb. You can just sort of debuff me when I'm about to kill you instead of dealing damage that I have to heal. That's fine. I don't mind. Keep doing it. there's my angel soul. Perfect. That I can warp back to the first town and then go open the angel door. Before I do that, though, I want some new armor. Town has an open head slot. What about the casters? They're the ones who keep dying. Crystal. Buy another warp crystal. And sleep here. I think that's actually cheaper than the second town. That's interesting. I think it was 80 gold in the second town. I thought it would just be the same everywhere since it increases along with your level. But now I have to trek back through this area. It's shorter than the path to the right, I think, but even so. The good news is I'm just slaughtering everything now. New spell, Nightmare. Mid-odds of death on one enemy. This is an example of a skill that's only useful for enemies. I'm never going to cast an instant death spell. I don't care how little MP it costs, and I don't care if it has a 75% hit rate. I want strategies that are going to work. So unless it has a 100% hit rate, or like at least like an 80 or 90% hit rate, and if you have an 80 or 90% hit rate death spell, it's broken. It's gonna break the game because that's way too powerful. So mid odds probably means about 40, 30, 40, 50%. Which, I mean, technically, if an enemy takes 6 hits to kill, then that should be useful, but it probably depends on my willpower too, so. And really, I just want skills that I know are going to work instead of ones that are probably going to work. Not a fan of instant death spells in games in general. I feel like either they're too strong or they're too weak. There's no in between, and sometimes they can even be both at the same time. I guess that's the in between, is when they're both too strong and too weak. And what happens then is, even though they don't work often enough to be a good strategy numerically to use, when it does work, it makes the battles too easy. It feels like with an instant death spell like that, like you're bypassing challenges instead of defeating them, and it's not satisfying to me. You're just skipping stuff instead of overcoming it. I've seen instant death spells done well in a few action games, like in Batman Arkham City. There are instant death attacks you can use while you pinned an enemy to the ground. But to do that, you have to pin the enemy to the ground first. And so there's a setup involved, a setup that takes some time and that enemies can interrupt. And I think that could translate to an RPG if you had an instant death spell that was like part 4 of a combo technique that you had to use over several rounds. I'm going to get rid of heal on one of my 3 characters who can heal, but only temporarily. Eventually I want that back. It seems like Blossom should be able to use a 5th skill now. Because I thought level 9 was when I got another skill slot, but maybe not. Maybe it's later. Maybe he changed it. Let's open this soul door, and then figure out what to do. A safe journey through this pit of despair. Okay, now I've opened the door on both sides here, so I can travel through here from one side of town to the other. So now, setting this as my home crystal, it's intelligent. It started glowing. So now when I use a warp crystal, it'll go back here. What was this door? Crest of a 3-headed dog is engraved upon the door. That's the boss. That's the boss of the first half of the game. I think I'm gonna go over there in a little bit and show you guys that boss, because it's worth seeing. Accessories yet? No, I can't afford any accessories. But let's come over here. Let's sleep at the inn and save, and then go die an excruciating, horrible death to our friend to the south. I don't want to spoil it. It's not too far down here. I can just sort of play all of these things. This is the path to the boss over here. There's actually a treasure chest over here. I didn't know that. I thought it would have been good to just avoid the entire area, so I'm glad I at least came over here to check. Lots of treasure chests, and another kobold. Okay, well, I lied. I'm not gonna go fight the boss yet. I'm gonna get these treasure chests and kill that kobold. And then call back to town. Because I'm a lying liar who likes getting stuff and not losing it to a game over. But once there's nothing in the way, and I can just sort of effortlessly walk through here, then I'll show you. I should have just fallen. I'd have taken less damage. I'll only use up my MP though. Still haven't seen any small dragons yet. That was the other soul door I saw earlier, was a door with the crest of a small dragon. Haven't seen any dragon. I think that might be the second mini-boss. The first mini-boss was these kobolds that have now become commonplace after I killed the first one. Although Kobold is a great soul, I think I should probably learn the skills from the Goblin Soul. It does have slightly better stats. Well, it has a lot more strength, and it's... But, yeah, might as well. Having a kobold was cool though, just because it's the first foe you fight in the game. That's foe in the entry in the Odyssey sense, not just the generic noun sense. FOE stands for some sort of stupid Latin thing that means monster that's gonna fuck you up. Does fuck you up start with FOE? Is that how you spell that? I don't think that's exactly the acronym, but that's the gist of it. Fuck over everyone, that's what it stands for. That shield skill is really expensive. I'm gonna save Blossom's MP for a little bit with this kobold. I don't think the kobold's gonna give me much trouble, but better safe than sorry. Especially in this game, where you can become really sorry really fast. I have full IP gauge on everyone. IP is limit, but I like the name IP for Impulse. It's taken from Lufia 2, where the limit breaks were probably the most interesting part of the game in Lufia 2. You got them the way you do in this game, which is by wearing specific equipment. Each piece of equipment granted its own limit breaks. So I like that it adds an extra layer of dimension to choosing what to equip instead of just always taking upgrades. You might keep an older piece of equipment because it gives like this first aid skill is really useful. But Blight is a nice attack. It's not something I would keep in a piece of equipment over. I would upgrade to, even if I lost that and didn't get any impulse skill in exchange. But I might not upgrade if the next upgrade for my armor didn't have a healing impulse. I would at least consider it. Of course, Blight was a stupid choice because kobolds are resistant to normal weapon attacks. There are two physical elements, weapon and force, and they've got different icons here, but your normal attacks are always weapon element, so I think a weapon is sort of just the normal attack element, and force is a little more exotic. I didn't even bother debuffing it this time, and as a result of that, it just killed one of my guys in one hit. If I had debuffed it, it couldn't have done that. Wild Fang. So I could replace Headbutt with Wild Fang and inflict Panic instead of Sleep, but Sleep is better than Panic by far. Well, Panic doesn't wear off. Sleep wears off after the enemy gets hit once, and if you don't hit him, it wears off after one turn. Panic lasts most of the rest of the battle, I think. But I don't care. I want to get rid of Panic. This is Kerberos, the boss of the first two stratums, and the first half of the game, essentially. A three-headed wolf. And if I try to fight him, he will totally kick my butt. If you guys want to fight him, mention so in the comments. But for now, I'm just going to avoid the heck out of him. You guys got to at least see where he is. If I go and fight him, all you're going to see is me dying really super fast in one hit. He'll do like 2,000 damage to me. Okay. I've got some stuff. I got enough money down there to buy an accessory for someone. And that's enough for tonight. I'll see you guys later.